Klaus Schmidt's interpretation of the ruins of Göbekli Tepe is that Göbekli Tepe was a mountainous sanctuary of the Stone Age. It was a space for the worship of the dead, and the carved animals are believed to be there to protect the deceased. The slaughtered bones found in large quantities from local game, such as deer, gazelles, pigs, and geese, are presumed to be waste from food prepared for the worshippers, either through hunting and cooking or other means. According to animal archaeological analysis, gazelles were present in the area seasonally, suggesting that events such as rituals and feasts may have been timed to occur during periods of highest game availability. Schmidt believed that the construction of Göbekli Tepe contributed to the development of late urban civilization. Schmidt also speculated about the belief system of the group that created Göbekli Tepe, based on comparisons with other temples and settlements. He suggested shamanistic practices and proposed that the T-shaped pillars represent human figures, possibly ancestors, but believed that a fully expressed belief in deities did not develop until it was associated with extensive temples and palaces in later Mesopotamia. This aligns well with the ancient Sumerian belief that agriculture, livestock, and weaving were transmitted to humans from the sacred mountain Ekuru, where the nameless deity Anuna resides. Schmidt identified this story as a primitive Eastern myth that preserves partial memories from the Neolithic period. It is clear that animals and other images do not represent organized violence. In other words, there are no descriptions of hunting raids or injured animals, and the pillar carvings generally prefer powerful creatures like lions, snakes, spiders, and scorpions, rather than prey that societies like deer rely on. Expanding on Schmidt's interpretation that the circular enclosure may represent a sanctuary, Georgiou's semiotic interpretation suggests that the Göbekli Tepe iconography can be inferred as a cosmic creation map that related the community to the surrounding landscape and the universe. The assumption that this site was used strictly for religious purposes and was uninhabited has been challenged by the suggestion that this structure is similar in some ways to the impressive house posts and totem poles of the North American Northwest Coast large plank houses. It was rebutted by the suggestion that it is similar to a large wooden house with pillars. The reason for replacing the old pillars with new stones, buried every few decades as part of the smaller concentric rings inside the old pillars, is not known.